Hello everybody. So I really like rope. It's kind of a problem, but I just wanted to show you a different way of making rope, because previously I showed you how to make rope out of plastic bags. Today we're going to be taking natural fibers that we find out in the woods and turning it into rope. It'll be great. So our first set of natural fibers is going to be this sort of grass stuff here. You want to try and find the stuff that is more dry and easier to grab. You also don't want to accidentally grab rose bushes, which I just did. Got spines in my hand now. So if you want to be smart about this, wear gloves or just be really, really careful, because you can see right in there, there was definitely a rose bush. I don't know if you can actually see if there was a rose bush, but there definitely was a rose bush because I grabbed it and it was painful. So we're just going to grab some more of this grass until we've got a good handful. So that's probably a good amount. We're going to go ahead and take this in, start turning it into rope. So here we are. We're going to just take some of the grass, and what you do is you just twist it, and you'll probably get quite a bit that kind of just like breaks and frays out. That's totally fine. But you just want to twist it until it sort of seems to be holding together, and then you kind of want to double it back on itself just a little bit. You're going to then start twisting it around each other in such manner so that it starts forming just a little bit of a ropey bit there, just like so. Then you're going to need to immediately start adding more grass to it. So we just take a pinch of that there grass and add it in there. And you're going to have quite a bit that ends up kind of sticking out like that. That's okay. You can break that off later because it's going to be brittle enough to do that. And you just keep adding more grass in and twisting it more, and adding more grass and twisting it more, and etc, etc. Periodically I like to go through and just like straighten it out so that it forms into a nice straight rope rather than going all over the place. But that's the basic concept. Let's see how long we can make this. And just like so, we have a rope. Now, it looks kind of really ugly because we've got all these bits here. So you can actually just come through and just like pinch those off. So long as you're not pulling too much out of the actual rope itself, you're just kind of breaking them. It shouldn't do too much to the integrity of the rope and make it look a lot nicer. But this stuff is strong enough that, like, even if I'm like yanking on it, I'm hearing a little bit of breaking, but that's down here where it's still loose fibers. If I were to like get a better hold on here, I'm like pull as hard as I can. That's not going anywhere. So that's a good strong rope. And I mean, this is only that long, but it took me, I don't know, 5 minutes or so to make that long. So you could make quite a good sized rope out of that. It'd be pretty good. Something I will mention is that it's a good idea to make this out of dry grass, because if you can use green grass, but if you do use green grass, it's going to shrink after even just a day because it'll wilt. So if you're just using it like immediately, you can use green grass, but otherwise if you use the dry grass, it'll be good for basically as long as it's still, you know, in one piece. The other reason why you want to use green grass or dry grass as opposed to green grass is if you want, you can use the dry grass here as a, well, maybe, hold on. Let's try that again. You can use the dry grass, if you're using dry grass, you can use that dry grass as a makeshift torch. Just like so. Burns very nicely. And it actually burns longer than you might expect, just because it like clumps it together. And so it doesn't all burn out at once. It burns actually pretty cleanly, aside from, you know, all of the charring at the end. And it's hard to tell in the sunlight, but I think it could provide decent light. maybe if you added a little bit of like spruce sap or something to it, could make a decent torch out of that. If nothing else, you could use it as a way to like transfer fire from one spot to the other. Let me just put that out really quick. So I would say definitely flammable. Don't use this rope or any of this stuff. Don't make this in a fire. Because if you make it in a fire, you won't have any rope. That's all I'm saying. So I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.